Ken Duncan, an icon. The Wyong Council has announced icons and iconic sites, and they've probably announced you in there, but maybe they haven't. An icon of the Central Coast.
As long as birds don't sit on me.
Welcome to Business Insider and the Corporate HQ boardroom. Thanks for spending a bit of time with us.
My pleasure.
An iconic state takes a while to establish. You've been here for a while, and the market's changed considerably. You know, it's a unique combination of art and creativity and commercialism. Let's talk about the art first. You know, is that still flowing at the same rate, or is it how is that evolving for Ken Duncan?
My mission is to show the beauty of God's creation, and I don't believe there's never been a more important time for that than right now, because it brings a great balance into people's lives. It brings peace, and I think that's what we really need, a lot more peace. There's too much anxiety in the world right now, and fear brings about its own fruit. And you know, we've got to turn that over.
So more appropriate now than ever before.
Yeah, look, we need to bring peace and realise there is a God, however you perceive that. There is something bigger than us, and there's a lot more important things than the bottom line. You know, there's about integrity, honesty. There's much more important things. So we've found that, you know, there's a lot of stress out there in the world. And
I've got to say, your work helps diminish that. When you sit in a room, I defy anyone after 30 seconds in a room with a Ken Duncan to feel stressed, but we might move on. Yeah, that's just personal view. You tour and photograph. Have you got another tour planned for the near future?
My schedule is pretty full on. So I'm in Africa, India, and other countries yet to be announced, and obviously Australia is my first love. Yeah. But we're doing a really exciting one on the Central Coast.
Well, you've got your competition.
Yeah, we're doing
right now.
Well, it's quite an amazing thing, because I really enjoy actually showing other people's work as well. It's not just about Ken Duncan, and I love to put back into the industry and also raise up a new generation. And I think there's some fantastic photographers. So I'm actually going to do a book called Coastal Paradise Revealed that's going to go national. And it's going to be photos from all the Central Coast, and it's going to be from some other photographers. I'm only going to get a few like everybody else, so I'm going to, you know...
They'll be good.
They'll have to be good enough to cut it, yeah.
There's the opportunity, and they're not... You would go to your website to pick up the information on that, and or minimal entry fees.
Yeah,
and
Ken Duncan PhotoAwards.com, you can go straight to it. So it's giving everybody throughout Australia the chance to take a photo in the area, in this beautiful area, and submit it and win a chance to come up into the Kimberleys on a tour with us, or they're about 10 grand tour. So
fantastic, fantastic. With I guess the evolution of the web and what's happening there, that's how you've got your material, your art available on the web now, I think. Yeah,
look, we have got a huge web presence, and it grows all the time. So I love technology. I love looking at technology. You were talking about when we first started about change. Well, you know what? Change is inevitable, and deal with it. You know,
get on with it. Yeah.
You know, and this is what we've got to deal with. You know, people get so stuck in their ways. And it's a way to grow, you know. When you grow, you shed old skin, get on new skin. You know, if you have the same old skin, it'd stink. Yeah. So it's about growing, and it's trying to look.
So what else can the Central Coast? You're doing it. You're putting your money where your mouth is with the Central Coast photographic competition. You look at other industries and say, hey, why don't they do other things? Have you got some thoughts on?
I think, look, the biggest thing that's stopping the whole of the economy right now is fear. And you know, media, back off. Just look, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, fear. If you start going down that road, you bring upon yourself the very thing, and you say, gee, I told you so. Duh. What we've got to do is start, the opposite to fear is faith. And we have to have faith and belief and hope in our place, in our land, in our people around us. And this is what the book is about. We're trying to do something in our own backyard. You know, when you look at things globally, it's just too big. Yeah. But you can look at your own backyard. So we're Central Coast, we're resilient people. We're going to try and show people how beautiful our place is, and be reminded of how big God is, and he's bigger than any GFC or global financial crisis, or he's bigger than bird flu, swine flu. What else have they got?
I think we've just got your rant. We won't give you any more rant time.
That's okay.
But believe and faith. Okay.
Faith, and that's, look, if I didn't have faith, I don't know how people without faith survive this. And you know, life's more than just surviving.
We might move on to you. We interrupt, or before we came on, we talked about government and opposition and resolving that.
Look, it's a big issue, and Liberal or Labor, they've got to bring back integrity and honesty. You know, you cannot say something and change your mind. You cannot do that, because, you know, my daughter came to me and said, well, Dad, you know, we had conditions, but, you know, things change, so maybe I can change the conditions just like Julia did, you know. Now, no disrespect to Julia Gillard, but, you know, we need an election. We need a real election. We've been hijacked, and this is one of the biggest problems in our country right now, people uncertainty. So I just hope that events will come where we'll get a real election. Let's get on with it. But politicians, beware. Liberal or Labor, integrity is important. People want to trust, and right now we cannot trust either side.
Ken, when we talk about technology, and you're comfortable with it, you've led the way in it, is there a thought on what's happening in your industry with it, but then equally getting other coastal inhabitants along on that technology journey?
Well, look, I shoot film and I shoot high-end digital, and I think in my industry the future is 3D.
Right.
So I'm all over 3D. But the thing is, people get too excited and they can get carried away. Just get on with the job. When it comes to the arts, it's not about the equipment, it's about the image, it's about what you're capturing. So that's the most important thing. The technology and deliverance is the next stage. So me, I'm always looking at technology, and I give it time to settle in, and then try and stay on that crest of the wave or a bit ahead of it. So,
but don't rush it.
Don't rush it, because, you know, don't be the first one to buy, do all the mistakes. Let someone else go and pave the way, then you come in at a certain level. But for me, I love technology because it allows me to tell the story even more so. So I love 3D, and, you know, people, get your head around it, because I want to have my pictures that, like, you're just walking really into. So
fantastic. All right, Ken Duncan, thank you for your time, and we'll stay in touch with on your journeys.
Thank you.